to our Wayne County Board of Commissioners pre-agenda meeting for December the 17th, 2019. I'd like to remind everyone to silence your cellular phones, if you will, at this time. We have an invocation this morning by Commissioner Ed Cromartie, Pledge of Allegiance, Commissioner Bill Pate, and after the Pledge of Allegiance, we have, I'd like to add a special presentation after the Pledge of Allegiance. We have approval of the minutes, discussion and adjustments of agenda for December the 17th.
Yes, sir, Mr. Chairman. We would like to, on page 30 of your agenda packet, budget ordinance number 235, we would like to pull that if we could at this time. And also, we do have a walk-on that we would like to put under consent. It's a resolution granting Hale Artificier permission to use Pyrotex at Rody's nightclub in Seven Springs on December 31st, 2019. So it's a fireworks permit.
Also, Mr. Chairman, Mr. Bill Graham gave me this plaque Saturday from the Purple Heart Foundation. He says he's going to try to be here around 9, and if he does, we'll let him present it to the county. If not, I'd like for Commissioner Pate to do it since he's been working with them so closely.
Be glad to.
Okay.
Do you want to add that to the special presentation at the top, sir?
Whatever y'all feel appropriate. And I don't, I don't know whether Mr. Graham's going to be here or not, but.
Okay. All right, so yeah, the other thing we have to add, we have a few present use applications. We had a certain cutoff date for the tax office to accept those because of the year end and the way the dates were falling. So those came in a little late, and so we're adding those under consent as well.
Well, we'll work with that.
Okay.
What is this notation on these that says untimely?
Pardon me, sir?
What is that notation on these that says untimely?
That's before, the reason they're before you is because they weren't made in a timely manner to the tax office.
Okay.
But they have been reviewed by Alan and they are recommended for approval.
Where you putting follow-ups now?
If we could put that under consent agenda, number 5. And then have, okay. All right, and then number 6 will be present use, the package that Carol just gave you. So we got elderly and disabled and property tax, and then number 6 will be present use.
And Mr. Chairman, if we could, for a final add to the agenda, Public Affairs finished a video yesterday for the Christmas season that they would like to present to you. It's a brief video at the end of new business, if you don't mind.
Okay, at the end of new business, got it. So make that number 3?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
It's really good.
Okay. Any other
Does, sir.
matter?
Yeah.
Any commissioners have anything that you'd like to add? Okay. Do we have a closed session today?
Yes, sir.
Marcus back there and say yes.
That's good.
Is there anything that needs to, that we need to go over more on the agenda?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. New business.
We'll, after public comments, at 9:30, we do have a public hearing to receive public comments regarding the consideration of economic development incentives related to Project Nest. And again, as the board is aware, that's the Michael Armand project that we had the announcement for a couple of weeks ago. So we appreciate Mark being here as well. Mark also attended the city council meeting last night with the city of Goldsboro, and they did pass their part of their incentive requirements as well.
Okay.
And we do have a copy of that agreement in your agenda packet, so we do need to approve that if possible, or it's recommended approval.
Okay.
Then number two, at the request of Commissioner Aycock, will be the special presentation with respect to either Bill Graham or Commissioner Aycock will read the letter.
Commissioner Pate's going to read it.
Oh, okay, I'm sorry. Okay.
So we're gonna make that number 2?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Number 2, where?
Under,
Business.
well, it's not a public hearing, but it'd be number 1 under special presentation.
After the public hearing,
Yes, sir.
before the appointment committee, right?
Yes.
Is that what we're gonna do, the Purple Heart though?
Yes.
Okay, that's what you and I were talking about just a minute ago. Okay. At least I understood what you said.
Yeah.
And Bill might be here by then.
Yeah.
And then we'll have the appointment committee.
We have one appointment today, Mr. Chairman. Reappointment.
And then under consent agenda, applications for elderly or disabled exclusion, pages 13 through 20, recommended by our tax department. Number 2, application for property tax exclusion, pages 22 and 23, which are also recommended by our tax department. And number 3 is budget amendments. And again, we are moving budget amendment 235 at this time.
Beginning on page 24, number 207 for services on aging, we are appropriating funds of $1,909. This is additional funds awarded for the SHIP grant that they received. For the health department, this is just a reallocation from one department to another. Sorry, this microphone has some feedback. They are moving funds budgeted for a public health nurse in the communicable disease program to the family planning program. We have another one for the health department, an increase of $30,178. These were additional funds awarded for the family planning program by the Department of Public Health. We are skipping pages 30 and 31. Those will be removed. So I'm on page 32 for the library. They are requesting to reallocate funds in the amount of $38,720 from salaries and wages to regular part-time. And I believe what they're doing is instead of having a full-time person, they have actually 2 part-time people that are working in that spot. We have one labeled Hurricane Dorian. It is not a great deal of money, but we are budgeting for an anticipated reimbursement from FEMA in the amount of $25,163.72. This represents the amounts that the county incurred during Hurricane Dorian that are eligible to be applied for reimbursement. We do not know 100% sure if we'll receive that back, but we want to at least put in for that reimbursement. You have a county capital projects fund, budget amendment, and ordinance and memo. This budget amendment is appropriating funds for the grant that we received from the 911 board totaling $1,530,693. There are very specific line items that this grant will cover, so you'll see on your budget amendment that those line items are denoted at the end by grant. We have to be very careful about how we spend that. The only other piece that you'll see is a reallocation of $284,229. This was county funds that we're moving out of the building line item to architect fees to cover some of the architect fees from Stewart Cooper Newell. Then we have one final budget amendment for the sheriff's office. We are requesting to reallocate $25,000 from contingency line item merit increases. We had some lapsed funds in that line item to professional services legal to cover some additional claims. And that is all I have for you today.
And no questions under budget amendments. Number 4, motion to adopt Resolution 2019-39, resolution adopting the 31st Amendment to the position classification and pay plan for Wayne County. And again, this is really to do some position changes and title changes in EMS, and also add a position approved by the Office of State Human Resources to DSS. Any questions on that? Then number 5 is Resolution 2019-40. And again, this is a resolution for the PowerTech event at Seven Springs on December 31st, 2019. And then number 6 is the applications for present use value, which we walked on that Carol gave you, that have been reviewed and recommended by our tax administrator. And then that is all we have under consent. Mr. Chairman, do you want me to continue, or would you like
Yes.
to? Okay, all right.
Any questions from any commissioners on the consent agenda? Okay, yes, go ahead.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Under new business, number 1, motion to approve January 15th, 2019, 9 a.m. for the 2020 Budget and Goals meeting. Meeting to establish the Board of Commissioners' goals and priorities, and we'd be held at the Maxwell Center. Do understand that that may not be the greatest date, and we need to change that around. We were just picking a date to try to get a point to begin discussion, but we would like to have that sometime in January that'll kind of give us a framework moving forward.
Shouldn't that be January 15th, 2020?
Yes, sir. That's,
Yes.
I tried really hard not to do that. I failed.
So, but if there's other dates that will work out, that if the 15th is not a good date, I believe Commissioner Gurley had said that's not a good date for him. And Ms. Aycock.
Yeah.
So if there's another date you want to look at, we can.
Yeah, can we discuss it now
We-
and come up with a date?
We can. Yes, sir.
Yep.
I'm good on the 14th or 16th.
Well, what?
We
We do have a agenda.
agenda staffing meeting that day. But we still might be able to work it in depending on how much time we need.
How about 16th?
Works for me.
16th works for me. How about?
I don't have anything on the 16th right now.
Yeah.
As long as we're through long and quick enough for me to carry my wife out to supper on Thursday night.
Mr. Cromartie?
State night.
I'll make sure I'm here. I don't
16th?
have my calendar, I work.
Mr. Bell? You okay, the 16th?
I'm retired.
We still want you,
Not yet, not yet.
I love it.
That sounds good.
Okay.
Joe, does that work? Yeah. Okay,
Yeah.
all right,
We all good for the 16th.
okay.
That'll be at the Maxwell Center.
Yes, sir. If-
Is it available?
We may have to go to the 4-H room or back to Kevin's.
There are multiple conference rooms on that end down
Yes,
there
sir.
that don't get used all the time.
Yes, sir. So it'll be somewhere at Maxwell Center.
Even we have to drink outdated water, you know.
We'll see if for the board, we'll get in-date water, I promise.
Thank you.
Yes, sir.
And that's gonna start at what time?
I have it started at 9.
9?
Yep, 9 a.m.
Try not to lock my keys in the car or in the house.
And that's fine. You probably do. I think you do.
Mr. Parker, do we need to vote on that?
You will when you do new business
Okay,
Yeah.
all right.
with the new change, the new date.
Okay.
And number 2 is a motion to approve the 2019 social media policy as addendum to the personnel policy for Wayne County as part of our personnel policy. And that our council has looked at it and approved as well.
Subject to approval.
Subject to approve by council. Sorry.
Joel is here if you'd like to ask him any questions.
Any questions for me?
Now that you've come up here, no.
Is it the video that I've already seen on Facebook?
I'm sorry?
The video.
What about you?
Is it the one that's already out on Facebook?
Yes.
I've seen it. It's really good.
Just to let you know about the social media policy, it's really just so that we can make sure that all of our social media outlets that are owned by the county are archived, similar to the way IT archives emails and things. It's just to make sure that we're on the up and up so that we are compliant with all the open records laws.
If our attorney don't have any questions, we're good, right?
Thanks, Commissioners.
Yes, sir. All right. Then number 3, we will have the video by Public Affairs, the Christmas video, which is very, very good.
It is very good.
It is very, very, except I was not asked to be in it this year and kind of hurt my feelings, but that's okay. Then we'll have county manager's comments, Board of Commissioners committee reports and comments, closed session, and then adjournment.
Any further discussion on our agenda?
I do have a question for board. In relating to the motion to approve the economic development incentives, how would a motion be crafted to reference this particular agreement that we've got in our package? Because it just says economic development agreement. Can we refer to pages in the agenda?
Yes, sir.
Okay,
Move to approve that agreement.
okay, good enough. Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Any other questions or comments? Okay, we have time for closed session. Mr. Parker?
Yes, sir. To discuss matters relating to the location or expansion of businesses in North Carolina and to consult with the attorney to maintain and preserve the attorney-client privilege.
Have a motion to go into closed session.
So moved.
All in favor, raise your right hand, please.
Who made that motion?
Jim.
Okay, thank you.